as I live and breathe. Y'all have seen him before on this episode, and you're seeing him here now. Even after I had just recently mentioned some of the books that he has released, I have joining with us tonight the author of 4 different books, my brother Jerell.
Nice to see y'all again. Hope that you're having a good time. You know, we're here to have some fun.
I'm sure you guys remember him from some of the past episodes that we've had. He decided to join us yet again and grace us with his presence.
Thank you.
Last episode that we did, I talked about the 4 different books that he did. He did 2 different books about the Wealth Code, and then 2 different books about the Covenant in the Cracks. All books that are very powerful, 2 that are very business oriented, 2 that are very emotional and family oriented, all kind of formulated around religion. Very high presence of religion in all his writings. I want to know, do you have some books coming out or plan to release any other books that are either sequels to this, to complete trilogies, or completely different ideas? And are they going to be as high presence of religion involved as well, or are you going to take a different route with some of your other books?
So I have 3 books that I'm looking to release.
Do me a favor, bring it in a little bit closer just for this mic, because we're using a different mic for the night.
So I have 3 other potential books that I will be releasing shortly. The first one's already with the publisher. It's been with the publisher already for a while. They're trying to decide if I need pictures inside this book or not. So I'm waiting for that. So I got to actually call him tomorrow, see what's going on with that. It's been a while. The second book is also a martial artist book. I do martial arts for a living. So the one that the publisher has and the one that I will also self-release will be martial art focused. No religion involved into that. Nothing spiritual, you know what I mean, into that, or meditation wise, nothing like that. Strictly on Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu concepts, principles, and things like that. And the third book is called The Kingdom's Code, right? And so that has that stoic type feel, how to lead as a man, your home, spiritually, like that, but not bringing any type of religion base in there, just for the how to be a man. I mean,
and I like that stoicism angle from it, because honestly, recently, that's kind of how I've been feeling lately. I have a relationship with God, right? I do believe that there is a God, but however, my own relationship, I can't relate to too much of what religion spews out nowadays. I have my own relationship, my own feelings, and I kind of just follow my heart.
And you're entitled to having your own. You got one. I can see how you can have an issue with churches are.
Yeah.
Feel like sometimes they're inauthentic, and some churches are very well at giving the people what they need, but
not
others aren't.
Yeah.
But yeah, so with the books that I have stuff now, right, especially the Wealth Code, what really like inspired me to do that was I was kind of tired of people being like financially illiterate, and a lot of the principles that came from the Bible I was already doing without even realizing it. A lot of passages that I heard growing up when I was in the church, I didn't realize they were talking about finances. They were talking about other things too,
right?
But I didn't see the focus until after I started doing the research behind it. You know what I mean? And I'm just like, wow, like I didn't know that it said that. And it's the same thing that Warren Buffett is saying. You know what I mean?
Right.
Tony Robbins is saying, you know, things that people are, these millionaires, these big mogul guys are saying, and they're not even telling you this is biblical.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I'm just like, wow, like that's crazy. I had no clue.
You're like, I've been doing this for years.
So that's kind of where it came from. And I was like, you know what? I went into a deep dive into it, down the rabbit hole. And, this is how I kind of live my life when it comes to the finances and stuff like that. And I'm not gonna lie, I've been successful with it. So explain.
So would you say that your books are somewhat of like a connect the dots type of thing, connecting what you've learned from personal experience and what you've learned from church growing up, kind of putting them together, or
Kind of in a one angle, yes. Right. So there's a passage in there that says like bring all the meat into the storehouse. Okay. And we used to say this every single day, not every single day, sorry, I apologize. Every Sabbath we used to say this. And so but I never really got it. I mean, even though I recited it for years to come, I never really got it. And then when I started diving into the research, I'm just like, huh, that makes sense. But it's almost like the same.
Now them dots is connecting. Like what the? Oh shit!
It's the same thing. Like when like John 3:16. Everybody knows this passage. I just never realized like, how can you give up your son to die for the world, right? You know what I mean? And then when I had my own son, I was like, wow, like that's on some deep level shit. You know what I mean? I'm just like, I don't know how I could do that, but that's just mind blowing. But things like, as an adult, we come into realization the type of love that we have for our kids, and we can see things. And me growing up inside the church, actually seeing things differently as an adult versus when I was a kid. I was almost kind of like, I don't want to say blind to it, but I had my own understanding, but it might not have been a true understanding of what it really meant. And so it, like now as an adult, it really blows up and I'm like, I got it now. This makes sense. So I was just like, when I started sharing with people, they didn't even know. They didn't even know it was biblical. And then I tell you, and then you're like, where's that at? And you see it and you're like, oh, what? You know what I mean? Even though they're fading, like might not be heavy, or not, but it was just like, it was being surprised because it was surprising to me. Like it tells you, it literally tells you, to diverse your income. So you need to have multiple streams of incomes because you don't know what might come onto the land. It's like, what? That's what Tony Robbins be saying. That's what Dick Martell be saying. All of them. What I mean? All of them be saying you got to have multiple streams of income.
Yeah, some of them say, 7?
Yeah, well, 7 is, so you're referring to Robert Kiyosaki's book, 7 Streams of Income for a Millionaire, right? His book is Rich Dad Poor Dad.
Yep.
Right? And so I did the same thing for my business, but I put it within my business because at the time when I read it, I didn't understand it. You know what I mean? I'm like, how am I going to have 7 jobs? Right? I'm like, I don't have that much time with the 2 jobs that I already have. You know what I mean? But so I'm like, let me just put it within my business. And then that's how I was able to overcome COVID, along with some other things as well too. So I was like, that's dope.
Nice. Dope. Congrats, man.
So what finally pushed you to be like, I'm gonna just go ahead and put them in books? Let me take what I've learned so far and just throw it out there.
It's what really drove me to do it was actually the fact of me being in business for the last 7 years and realizing how much information that people don't share with you, right? It was really frustrating because the next generation will not know this information unless they dive into business. And now the schools are not teaching the kids this. And so these are our future leaders of our nation, our great nation, you know what I mean? And they don't even know. And so it's almost like the kids that are coming from these big moguls are the ones that are going to be still well off and stuff like that. It's like, no, man, like, like if I'm a millionaire, you need to be a millionaire too. You need to be a millionaire too. Like, this is the game. Yep. This is how you play it. You know what I mean? Let's go ahead and do this. This is why, Kevin Hart, all his people are making money. What's his name? Adam Sandler, all his people making money. You know what I mean? So now all y'all need to make some money too. Yeah. So go ahead and buy the book. And then once y'all make it, bring your friends along too. Yeah. It's easy.
So how have the books been perceived so far? I know you don't advertise them that much. I know you just kind of put them out there. So it's all pretty much just been word of mouth.
Yeah. They're actually, it's doing really, really well. I'm not going to lie on that. It is doing well. Everybody, from my other businesses and stuff like that have gotten it. They enjoy it. They're like, this is exactly what I need to hear. This is exactly what I need to learn. A lot of information that's in there, they had no clue. no clue about. They want a kid version so they can have their kids read it. You know what I mean? And so that might be an inspiration for another book. Yeah, but when you dive into it, you're like, oh shit, I didn't know that. You know what I mean? But you can't knock it because it's almost a higher level of stuff.
Yeah.
Like there's a chapter in there about 5 different bank accounts, and how to run your business. And like people don't do it like that. They have 1 or 2. Check every savings. You know what I mean? It's like, no, you need to know where every dollar goes.
That's what I got right now.
And I got 13 accounts, but I got 4 businesses though. You know what I mean? But you need to know where every single dollar goes. You know what I mean? And a lot of people are scared about their finances. And so they're like, oh, well, I don't want to budget, blah, blah, blah. But no.
You have to.
Look, Cody Sanchez said it. You know what I mean? If you don't pay attention to your money, she'll leave you. Yep. She's a cruel mistress. She'll leave you.
Yeah. That's true. So true.
I've always paid attention to my money, even when I was broke.
What's in there? Wait, 94 cents. Where'd that come from?
Yeah. I looked at it, but now I be looking at it, I'm like, And it's funny because I was talking to my mother-in-law today, and I told her, I was like, hey, look, I was going to get these tickets for the Boston Celtics game. She was like, oh, that must have, cost, she was like $10,000. I'm like, sometimes, but it just depends on where you go, but I was like, I showed her because, I had like row 16 or something like that.
Yeah. And
it was like $4,000 for 2 of us or whatever. No, it was like $7,000 for 2 of us, something like that. But I showed her the pricing, right? And so she was like, oh, that's a lot. But I told her when I was like, yeah, it wasn't that much. You know what I mean? So it feels good to say that now.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I have the blueprint. So if I ever was to lose anything, I can make it back. You know what I mean? And like my mom said something similar. She was like, that must be nice. You know what I mean? That you're like, oh,
that ain't shit.
That's not that expensive.
I got that.
Because I remember before, if something broke in my car that's $100, I'm like, oh, I don't know how I'm going to get that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Now it's like, be broke for a while.
Yeah. So now I was like, nah, here you go. Got you.
Yeah, I'm sure that's dope. What I'm trying to get to.
It's definitely inspired me. It's definitely inspired me to start writing my own damn book. So, I started working on, and it was funny. It's a zombie story that I've had since I was like fucking like 21, 22 years old. Like it's an old ass like zombie story that I've had like in my mind. I've just never fucking written it. And now I'm like, fuck, I gotta catch up. My boy's got 4 fucking books. I gotta get this motherfucker out. Like it's been long overdue. Like shit.
Did I say the name of my book is gonna be?
What'd you say? I
forgot too. Dang.
Oh goodness.
Oh
my goodness.
About my life.
Buy my book.
That's about my life.
Buy my book. I promise you right now, you will not regret it. If you're having problems with your relationship, read it. If you need help on your finances, I promise you, read it. It's
I'm gonna get it.
A lot of knowledge that will go in there, regardless if you have a religion base or not. Read it. You will never look, dude. So
let me put the link, and then you order it that way. And I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna put the links in the fucking description. There's gonna be 4 different books. They're all $10 each, and they you can get them like 20 cents cheaper if you buy 2 of them at a time or whatnot. Mm-hmm. Go ahead and check them out.
Yep.
So I was at the gas station, not the gas station. I was at the gas station, and then outside they have a taco guy.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So I met another brother out there. You know what I mean? And we got to talking, and he was telling me he works for about energy and everything like that. And he told me that he wanted to open up his own business. I'm like, dude, you should do it. You'll never regret it. And so I told him how I did it and how I own the jiu-jitsu gym and everything that I have going on. And he was like, what? So I showed him, opened up my phone. I'm like, look, this is what you need to do with your finances. Like, you have an iPhone, right? Yeah, I showed him everything. And he was like, what? I was like, I'll show you my account. Showed him my account. I said, I don't care. Because I want you to know this is the truth. I mean, man, can I get your number? I mean, I'm like, yeah, hit me up anytime. I mean, because we gotta help the younger generation.
That's the only way to get ahead, man. I mean, that's what they do.
But you get, like, when you give,
it comes back too.
It comes back. It's like a law in the world. It comes back. So you might as well give out the knowledge, and so this way everything retracts back to you.
Yeah. I believe that. I do believe it. I love it.
It's like karma. It's like karma. Like you get good karma by giving out karma, giving out good karma. Like it goes hand in hand.
I know what you.
I know you know what I mean. I know I'm saying it all fucked up, but like you receive
pushing the shit.
You receive what you give out into the world. So if you give out hate, you're gonna receive hate.
Correct.
If you give out knowledge and wealth, yeah, exactly.
Yes,
you reap what you sow.
Yeah.
So
I'm trying to sow.
it's like the whole idea of it's like the whole idea of paying it forward.
Yes.
When you pay it forward, you will receive that tenfold.
Just like that movie was shot at our school, right?
At Centennial.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, he didn't go to Centennial, but yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, we did.
We went to Centennial when they were filming that.
Oh, nice.
Side note.
I didn't know it was filmed here.
Mm-hmm.
It was filmed at our school, at our Centennial High School, because it was like a new school at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And they were just like, well, fuck it, it's new. So we know it's a new design. Maybe, hopefully, there's not a lot of students. We'll be able to fucking like.
And detectors for the show and everything. It was crazy.
Yeah, they did a lot.
They like, that look like that. Yeah, they really did it up.
Oh.
That was our school. That's an 04. I'm feeling old as fuck.
My age, man.
My daughter's 16 tomorrow. Yeah.
9 days. Mine will be 16.
He started earlier than us.
I started late. My son Saturday.
He got a son that's taking college trips already. Like he was out there. He's out there slanging D. Look at this. You want the D. You want the D. You want the D.
He was reaping what he was sowing. So spreading his seed. That's what he did.
It's like the world needs this.
It multiplies. I'm not gonna not do it.
Straight up. That's about right.
My dude.
Yeah. Yep. I was out there laying that PP.
That sounds small.
That sounds small. Yeah.
Small.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
You're gonna lose subscribers for that comment.
Yeah,
I ain't saying it.
You gotta say it loud and proud. I was out there slanging dick.
So it's all good.
Oh.
Any other questions that you might have about the book?
Not about the ones you currently have, but the next one that you're gonna do.
Next one. So my jujitsu book. I'm not sure if any of you guys work out, but if you guys do jujitsu, it is a phenomenal martial art. It's one of the fastest growing martial arts besides MMA, but you need it inside a book. Will help white belts all the way through black belts. I mean, I can't even express how well it is written. It's going to give you all the concepts that are not in other books. So the jiu-jitsu community, if you understand the concepts, how to do the techniques and when to use it, it doesn't matter how the technique comes out, you'll be operating. Right. So for an example, I can explain like the techniques and stuff like a scissor sweep, but you won't understand it. But if I tell you, hey, use the table concept, it'll make more sense. How do you break a table? The table has 4 points.
Right? Break a leg.
Break a leg, right? Yeah. And then you got to push it in that direction and it'll fall over. So that concept.
Same concept as a scissor sweep.
Yeah. Can be used for if you're sweeping your opponent, if you're passing their guard, a whole bunch of different things. And I put examples, and then I also put my example in the story. So you really get to dive into my world, how I saw jiu-jitsu come. So you get to see it from my personal point of view, and then how you can apply it at your school and your academy, right? Then examples. So this way, it connects to your brain, like the synapses are firing. So I have everything from white belts in there that they can learn, all the way to the blue belts, all the way to black belts. And these are concepts that people don't teach on. Well, they teach on it, but it's not documented like that. You know what I mean? So now people can be like, I didn't. Like,
now you got a reference point to go back to.
You do. Because there's things that we talk about all the time, but it's not a course.
Right.
You know, we just tell you, oh, don't extend your arms out. And then when you're on the bottom and mount, they're like, oh, why? Because you'll get armbarred. You know what I mean? But, I have a concept called T-Rex arms, lion heart. So when you're there, you can remember, hey, get my arms in tight. I need to have courage like a lion. I need to be patient and then strike when I need to strike.
Yep.
And so now people are understanding, okay, I got it now.
Now it clicks.
So, it's dope.
Dope. Yeah. It's gonna be good.
Oh, yeah. You know what I mean? So I got 2 of those books, that they don't even share any type of relation. Written the same, but totally different.
Yeah.
So second book is technically like a 4-part series because there's like 90 different concepts in there.
There's a lot of expansion involved.
Yeah. So I got to figure out exactly how. Might be a 4-part series or something like that. I have them all down. I have to complete it all. I have like maybe the first 36 done.
Okay.
Still working on that.
Yeah.
I'm a busy man.
Keep at it. Whatever you do, don't give up.
No, concept a night, and eventually it gets done.
And quitting is never an option. So
no excuses, only solutions.
Do you have any final questions?
No. You touched on everything, man. Touched on everything. Price, the reasons.
Just
run through.
If you know a friend, tell them about it, share it. I promise you, they would thank you. And I want everybody to know the information of it. The gold mine, regardless of where it is, I got it. So hopefully I get more inspired to do other different types of books, right? But when I learn this information, I feel like I have to share it. It's put on my mind and my heart. So God tells me to do it, so I do it.
And it's always good to share on what's relatable to you. So like the fact that you're touching on business when you're now successful in business, your relationships because of the things you've learned with your relationships, the martial art aspect, the books that are about to come out, because you've been doing that your entire fucking life. So the fact that you're able to use the things that you've learned and be able to put them in lessons that other people could then learn from is brilliant. It's fucking awesome. Yeah. And speaking of teaching and learning, if you're in the Las Vegas area and you want to learn some jujitsu, reach out also. My boy's got the spot for you. He's got the spot because, again, his whole family has been doing that their whole lives. I mean, he was a fucking black belt in like middle school damn near. So like my boy's been on it for a while doing the jiu-jitsu thing, and it's martial arts has run deep in their family tree for a very, very long time. Yeah. If you do live in Las Vegas, where can they reach you? Let them know. Give them some info right here.
So I'm in the Northwest Centennial Hills, Sky Canyon area. The furthest gym close to the air base for out here for Air Force. 7703 North El Capitan Way, Suite 120. You can find me on Instagram at Cephas_BJJ. I do lots of videos all the time, so I'm all over Instagram. I'm all over Facebook.
Oh yeah.
So I be popping on people's feeds. We just had a tournament this weekend. They're like, "Hey, love your videos, man. Keep it up. Appreciate that." So I ain't famous. I ain't saying that, but people are like, "Man, you an influencer now. Like I can't talk to you now." I'm like, man, I'm a normal person. I put on my underwear just like you do every day. I just stay consistent. That's it.
Yeah. The funniest thing about what you just said, talking about the social media stuff too, is that he actually brought that up to me, and he was like, "What the fuck? Look at what's just showing up on my feed out of nowhere." Because he didn't follow you before. Yeah. He didn't know none of that. And then all of a sudden he's like, "What the fuck? This dude's doing these videos." So, hey, you want to fix your game?
Yeah.
He's got the video for you right on Instagram. He already, that's the funniest thing about it too, is he already shows you in like a fucked up, "Hey, are you ever down here and you forget how to get out? Let me fix your game." Like, it's just great concept. It's fucking hilarious. I love it.
Well, I appreciate that. I mean, I'm getting the views, I'm getting the likes, but I only do it just because I know people need help. And a lot of instructors out there like to make these techniques very, very difficult. I get it, you know what I mean? But it doesn't have to be that. Very, very simple. And it's how you teach it. That's it. You know, good competitor, good teacher. So for me, I feel like it's very rare.
Yeah.
Because a lot of them are either not so good and they're great teachers, or really, really good but bad teachers.
A lot of people forget how to just give it a kiss. You know what a kiss is? The acronym for a kiss?
No, I want you to elaborate on it.
When it comes to teaching somebody something, give it a kiss. It's an acronym for keep it simple, stupid. That's it. That's all it is.
That's it.
Just keep it simple.
I can do that.
That's all you got to do, and that's what he's been doing. So that's why it fits fucking perfectly. So,
yeah,
if you want to learn some shit, get with a man that wants to teach some shit.
I'll be there personally. I'm there every single day, so you're not gonna get no knockoff brand. People come all over the place, and they're just like, "Man, I ain't never seen that technique before," and I'm like, "Use it. It works."
Pause. People come all over the place. What are we talking about?
I mean, they come from different.
Coming from no, you missed the joke. It went over your head. My bad.
That might have been. That's
Anyways,
it's late. It's late.
Anyway, it is getting late. So from here on out, as always, everyone love y'all. Thank you for subscribing. Subscribe, share, show you care. Again, links for the books are going to be in the description of this episode. Check it out. What's it going to cost you? Anyways, catch y'all next episode, man. Have a good night.